So the MSc is a one-year taught degree. It focuses in this department on a combination of theory and empirical sociology, with quite a strong emphasis on the latter, in fact. The MSc in sociology, it really falls into four parts. One part is a rather intensive introduction to research methods, covering qualitative methods, statistics, and research design. Then there is a part on what one might call sort of sociological analysis, looking at various sociological topics, both from a theoretical, an analytical, and an empirical perspective. In addition to that, students take optional courses, of which there is a fairly wide range. The fourth part of it is a dissertation, which is a 10,000 word extended piece of research, usually on an empirical topic. I think the unique thing about the department is actually that it is incredibly cosmopolitan and diverse. We have literally people from all over the world, both on the faculty and also among the student body. It's really like a little United Nations here. So you could say that we have a kind of international perspective on sociology rather than just a UK-based perspective.
I think one of the things that's great about this department is going to be, when you're here on a taught course, you're going to be taught by a range of amazing people who do really interesting research and use a really, fascinating set of different research methods. And so I think you'll get a really interesting range of viewpoints and different fields of expertise.
And then coming on to the course itself, I would say that the sort of unique selling points of the course are, first of all, it provides a very intense and relatively high-level introduction to how to go about doing empirical research, which is really what the department is about. But it's not purely empiricist, it's empirical research within the context of what one might call analytical theory.
Okay, so this may come as a surprise, but I really enjoy the type of examinations that we have. So in most courses, we first submit a so-called formative assignment that is not graded, but we receive a lot of feedback on it. And this feedback obviously not only facilitates a great learning opportunity, but also prepares us very well for the summative, so the graded exam. And even in the summative exams, I feel like you still have a lot of learning opportunities in the sense of learning by doing. And also, it's not so much about finding one correct solution, but we are really encouraged to develop and present our own ideas and analysis based on scientific insights that we learn in class.
I think the department is really close-knit. I think the fact that we're small, a lot of people, we get to know each other a lot better, but also the amount of resources dedicated to it, with all the well-known faculty around the world coming in to really tackle the most pressing sector problems, from either educational inequality, gun violence, or even just looking at potentially violence in prisons. And I think having that kind of close-knit community with everyone with so many passions coming together to discuss those ideas, I think is really exciting.
I think the department provides a very wide range of courses that every student can choose from, and it has both the courses that covers theories and the teaching, more focus on teaching, and also there are a lot of sessions about seminars and discussions, and you can also learn a lot of the most recent research and hear a lot of discussions about these topics.
I think it's the greatest mixture of bright students from all over the world, because I think we have 30 people and they represent 20 different countries from different regions, from Latin America to Asian region. Apart from it, of course, great education that is renowned in all of the world for its face-to-face education with professors.
Well, I guess my favorite things is the fact that I get to meet and to share with all these bright and passionate people in the classroom. I guess from the moment I arrived, I realized this is really what Oxford is all about, the people.
It's really nice here because not only just about the nice old buildings department, but also there are so many nice museums, great museums, and music, theater, and it's a city that is small but beautiful, and also I would say the most important thing is you meet so many interesting people here.
So one of the things I enjoy most, quite a lot of things, but one of the things I enjoy most is the international atmosphere, and is the fact that due to the college system you get to know a lot of people from different disciplines, so that just facilitates super interesting discussions during the lunches and dinners, when different people from different backgrounds can just look at the issues you're currently discussing from different perspectives.
So I think the fact that Oxford itself is a university town, everything's relatively close by. Maybe if it's slightly far away, I could just cycle there, but everything's really close by. My friends are nearby as well. I could just hop on a bus or just walk over to the colleges. And I think the fact that it's so historical, but at the same time so modern. And I think that blend of modernity and heritage is what makes Oxford so unique. And the fact that so many things are always going on. So if you have seminars, you could have a lot of lectures, but also parties going on, and you're always just pressed for time to try and go for all these things, but the fact that there's so many opportunities that are available is truly exciting.
Oxford is a wonderful, beautiful city which has the ability to bring so many people from so different places, and it's about the interaction, it's about the cultural offers, but also about having a routine and living here every day, and it's kind of living in a dream, I guess.
I think first of all you have to be relatively open-minded, and then you have to be curious about empirical issues. In other words, you have to be really motivated by questions where in principle we can collect evidence or data, either qualitative evidence or quantitative evidence, which will help you answer some kind of specific empirical question.
So this sounds very cliche, but I feel like the sociology department really encourages you to develop your own ideas. So I feel like you shouldn't try to apply trying to write something that people in Oxford might like. So really think about your research interest and then see how that fits to the Oxford department and who may be the most fitting supervisor.
I think one of the things that I say a lot to my students when I'm sort of talking about what makes a good essay or what I'm looking for in a brilliant student is this idea of being analytical. So I think anyone can do really well on this course if you are very analytical. And the kind of things that I mean by that, is thinking through very carefully your sociological explanation. While you're writing, you might want to think about alternative explanations and be ready with a counter-argument. We're looking for explanations that will account for the existing body of evidence, for example, how do the theory and the evidence come together? And good explanations are usually quite complex, so be willing to sort of dig deep and get into the complexities of things.
I think first, be bold. Don't be afraid to apply. I think even if you lack the confidence or anything, just go for it. I think sociology at Oxford would be such an amazing opportunity to not just discover your interests or just hone your skills, but also discover a bit more about yourself. And I think it's going to be a truly life-changing experience for you.
In my case, and I think if I would be speaking for people in Latin America and the Global South, is to be engaged and passionate about what you do, because it's like the strongest thing you can bring to Oxford into an application here. And the second one, which is something that might be evident but maybe it's not, is don't be afraid to apply. Most of the time it happens that we don't come here because we do not apply. I would encourage you to do so. I didn't think I would be here, but here I am.
I would say come and try it yourself, because there are great people, great scholars, great program, and I think you'll like it.
The short answer is very many different things. Obviously, quite a large proportion carry on to doing a research degree either in this department or in other departments. We will have people who go on and work for, in broadly speaking, social research in the private sector or the non-profit sector. We'll have people who go on and work as consultants of various sorts, join the civil service. Actually, there's probably hardly anything that someone hasn't done. And of course, because we have a rather large number of international students, many of those go on to have extremely successful careers in their own countries.
But I get to study here. I would like to apply it in Colombia and in Latin America. I used to work in social research and activism, but I would like to go into the judiciary, maybe the constitutional court or the inter-American system. But in general, I would like to keep working with the communities and trying to transform their lives with the law, but also with this sociological perspective that I've been learning so far.
So after the course is finished, I'll be going back to Singapore and working as a civil servant to write policies and hopefully be able to make an impact in how the next generation will look like.
So after my master's, I'm going to start at a management consultancy, and I'm hoping to focus on the public sector side of consulting. And I feel like a master's in sociology prepares you very well for it, as it's a very data-driven job on the one hand, and the sociology part allows you to look at societal issues and also see what's most pressing at the moment and how you can approach these topics evidence-based rather than just with pure thinking.
I was a journalist before coming here, so after the course I think I'm still going back to journalism. But I want to say the course really helped me to it's not just an opportunity to spend a year to get a degree and to do more reading, but also it helped me to see all the interesting and important topics out there in the world. I think that will help me in my work as a journalist.